Welcome back, Pipers. Hobbiton Piper Kevin here, coming to you from the heartland of America in Missouri. Let's just relax and share a bowl together today. I didn't get to smoke yesterday. I was too busy, so I'm looking forward to this. Smoking some Balkan Sobrani today out of my Mossman pipe by Aaron, Chronicles of a Pipe Maker. If you missed the pipe story on this, you should go check that video out. It was a lot of fun. You get to see a big part of my He-Man Masters of the Universe toy collection in that as well. So that's a fun video. I forgot to show you, though, as a part of that video, 2 tampers that Aaron sent me. He sent me this green stone tamper. That works perfectly. And then he also sent me this alabaster tamper. Look at this. How cool is that? Thank you, Aaron. I'm loving the pipe. And I'm looking forward to a relaxing smoke with you today. Virtually, though it may be. I told you at the end of our last smoke with me that I wanted to tell you about that aha moment I had when it came to both whiskey tasting and tobacco tasting. I was traveling for work. It had been a long day, and so I went down to the hotel bar area to get a drink. And I think I just ordered some. They didn't have a huge selection. I think I got some Woodford Reserve neat, and I was just sipping on that. And a couple seats down the bar, a man looked over at me and said, "Have you ever had an Isla whiskey?" And at the time, I had not. Isla is an island, southern Scotland. And he began to tell me how they made peated scotches, which I was not familiar with at the time. And he began to describe in great detail, as I was sipping on my bourbon, he began to describe in great detail about how they would cut basically these mossy mud bricks out of the ground, peat moss, and they just look like mud bricks. And then they would burn those, and they would smoke their barley. They would make a smoky malt. And when done at the right time in the process, that smoke can carry forward all the way through. And this is where those smoky, peated whiskeys come from. And then he bought me a dram of it. Bought me a 2-ounce pour of Ardbeg 10. So here I had Ardbeg 10 in one hand and Woodford Reserve in the other to do an A-B compare. Needless to say, the two could not have been any more different. And it was really a moment of, wow, there's a lot to explore here. There's a big range. So, I really enjoyed that conversation, really enjoyed that whiskey experience. And that kind of kick-started my interest in whiskey tasting. With pipe tobacco, there were a couple of moments. I told you before that when I started out, I was smoking, some Cavendish. Then I saw there was Englishes out there when I was exposed to Fox and Hound. Then I started buying more premium blends online. Speaking of premium blends, this is good. Balkan Sobrani is good. Anyway, started buying more premium blends. And there's a couple of aha moments that stick out. The first moment that really sticks out in my mind was when I had plum pudding, Seattle Pipe Club. And I told you when I did the review of Special Reserve Flake in the plum pudding series that it is just a full meal burst of flavors, so much depth and creaminess, with lots to think about. And that was an aha moment of the scope and range of pipe tobaccos. And then the other was when I cracked my first tin of Orwick Golden Sliced. Didn't even have any age on it. In fact, I love that blend so much, which I've also reviewed, by the way. I love that blend so much that I can't keep tins long enough to age them. I smoke what I get normally. Now I do have some now, and I'm trying to slow down on that, try to get some tins with some age on it so I can experience that, because I know Orwick Golden Slice with age on it must just be phenomenal, and I want to experience that. So I'm trying to slow down on that one a little bit so I have some tins to smoke with some age. But anyway, plum pudding, Orwick Golden Sliced, those were aha moments for me, saying, wow, there's definitely some potential for exploring a wide range of tobaccos, just like there is with whiskey. And I would say more so with tobacco. Bourbon, there's certainly a range, but it's relatively narrow. Now with Scotch, that range is much wider. A lot more different flavor experiences you can find with bottles of Scotch than you can with bourbon. Bourbon's a smaller overall flavor profile. Still with variants, of course, but not as much as Scotch. What are you smoking today? I love reading in the comments what you smoked with me. What did you smoke it in? I read every one of them. Because you guys are my smoking buddies. It used to just be my birds. And they're still out there. They're used to this camera stand now, so that's not holding them back. You ever heard of a tufted titmouse? Silly name for a bird, but there's one right now eating little gray birds. You might can hear him. He's the one talking to us right now. So relaxing. Man, I needed this. Times with work and family and responsibilities. Even just a 20-minute smoke. Super relaxing. I had my annual doctor's checkup yesterday. They took blood, did labs, all that stuff. And for the first time, I was really open with my doctor about my pipe smoking. I told my doctor, I said, I don't smoke every day, but I do smoke several times a week, a couple bowls in a day when I do smoke. And his exact words to me, and I quote, were, "You know what we've realized about pipe smokers? They outlive everybody else." End quote. Well, he obviously would never say that on the record. But we talk as friends. And that's what he said to me. Now, take that with a grain of salt. But there is something to be said for relaxing, relieving stress. Man, nothing will get you faster than stress. I was in a stressful job position at one time in my life, and it was tearing me down physically. And I had to make a change, and I did make a change. And finding ways to relieve stress, whether it's going for a walk or certain types of exercise or sitting down and just meditating, which you can do with or without a pipe, whatever it is. Finding ways to relieve stress, very important. What my doctor did say after that comment was, he said, let's just add an oral screening to your annual visits, which I already have my dentist do that twice a year, and now my doctor is going to do it as a part of my annual wellness visits as well. So I'll be getting an oral screening 3 times a year, just to check, make sure everything's good. And it was, and I think that's good practice. Thank you so much for recommending this series. This is therapeutic for me. I don't want anyone to feel lonely. There's few things in life worse than just feeling alone. And if we can just even virtually share a pipe together, and that can bring you some relaxation and joy and a happy part of your day when these videos come out, that's worth it. So whatever we can do to bring people into this setting I'm all for that. So let me know what you're smoking. Let me know what you're smoking it in. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll keep this going. So have a great rest of your day. And remember, whenever you see these videos, watch them right then if you want. But if you want to wait until you have time to sit down with me and actually smoke the pipe, and that's ideal. And that's what these are for. So thanks for being here. I really do consider you each a friend. I love interacting with you in the comments and via email and on your own videos if you create content. I try to watch as many of those as I have time. I wish I had more time to attend live streams, but it's hard for me in the evenings due to other responsibilities. So it's not because I don't want to be there. It's just if I have time that day or not. And most of the time I don't. So I will attend as many of those as I can, though. I will watch as many of your videos as I can if you're making content. And if you're not making content, that's great too, because we can share these experiences together. We can talk in the comments and via email or however you need to or want to. So thanks again. I'm going to sit and finish this bowl in the Moss Man that I'm really enjoying. And we'll see you next time.